welcome once again to our Limbus Company Daily ID Study, Mirror Dungeon, and Book Reading. I welcome you, whoever you are, whatever you're watching from, or whenever you're watching, for all these streams are recorded and saved on this very same YouTube channel. Hello there, Moises, I already see you here, welcome. Is my microphone working all right? Oh, yes, it is. Today's subject of our ID study will be the Cinq Association East Section 3, Don Quixote, a single faction ID that has been released during the beginning of Canto 8, I believe. Because, well, I don't know. It's a cool ID, I guess. It has a funny voice lines, and well, there's a lot of images about this ID that kind of like them. I'll not say too much, but yep, it's the idea of all time. In any case, it's not on the last stream because it's fine. We just did what was called OP Association Hit Cliff, which is quite okay. I also decided to torture myself and make that every announcer that I selected is composed of multiple people, so we have an actual crowd cheering for us. In any case, without any further ado, let's begin our ID analysis, ID study, right? Cinq Association is Section 3 Don Quixote. It has 251 HP, 4 to 7 speed, 62 defense level. It is resistant to pierce but weak to slash. So let me write that down. Weak to slash, strong versus pierce. Possesses the sin of gluttony, wrath, and pride with a wrath evade, which is very nice if we're doing a solo like we are today. Her passive is Virescent Pyrojade, a true wrath, true pride owned skill. At turn 8, she gains 1 haste next turn for every 3 poised potency on self to a maximum of 2. Against the target or the part, a base attack skill hit last, inflict Nerve Strike Don Quixote next turn. Deal burn potency on target percentage damage on a critical hit, maximum of 15%. Increase the max cap by 5% for every Nerve Strike Don Quixote on the target. Nerve Strike Don Quixote has a maximum stack of 3. The unit that inflicts this Nerve Strike gains the following effects based on the target or target part's Nerve Strike stack. 1 stack, gain Clash Power, 2 stack, gain Base Power, and 3 stack, gains Clash and Base Power. Very nice. But how do we inflict this? It's written right here. Duh. Against the target or the part, the base attack skill hit lasts. Inflict Nerve Strike Don Quixote. So if she benefits from focusing on the same target over and over rather than spreading out her attacks. But because we're going to be playing solo, that is going to be a little difficult to pull off. But we will attempt to do so anyway. Moving on, let's check out her skill 1. Paz Jin, a 3 base power with 4 coin power, featuring 2 coins, pierce, gluttony attack with 62 offense level, which is, again, usually IDs in Limbus Company are defined into tanks and the damage dealers by how much defense level compared to the offense level their attacks have. In this case, she has a higher than average defense level and a little bit of higher than average offense level as well. So she is a little bit above average. Very good. If this unit's speed is faster than the target's, she gains coin power based on the speed difference. Coin power plus 1 for every true speed difference to a maximum of 2. Oh, so we have 2 tiers of escalation here. I do believe that the beginning of Canto 8 and its intervalo is where we started getting the standardization for ID power numbers and escalation. So we have here it's a nice 11 roller, 3 base, 4 coin power on 2 coins, so 8 plus 3, 11. And we have an escalation based on our speed difference, which is directly coin power, adding plus 2 to our roll. So since this has a maximum of 2, this attack escalates from 11 to 13 and then to 15. One more day to wait. Welcome, old pet meme. How are you doing? It inflicts burn count on a critical, and it gains 3 points count on use. 3 points count is very nice. Moving on to skill 2, Virescent Flame Palm. 4 base power, 4 coin power, 3 coins, pierce, wrath with a 62 offense level. So pierce so far. Let me write that down. right? With 4 base power and 4 coin power on 3 coins, we have a base 16 here. If this unit speeds faster than the target, she gains coin power based on the difference. Coin power +1 for every 2 speed difference. So same escalation as skill 1. All of these coins gain 1 power. So the first escalation goes from a 16 to a 19 and then to a 22. Very nice. On Clash Wing, she gains poise, gain additional poise equal to the nerve strike on the target. And gains poise count, inflicts burn, inflicts more burn, inflicts defense level down for every 6 burn on the target, and additional defense level down equal to nerve strike. Oh boy, this promises to be good. Super news for me is that I actually beat the stage that I kept crashing on. Congratulations, no longer barred from the rest of the story. Well done, Moises. In any case, this already promises to be good. This defense level down here is no joke. Maximum of 5 and an additional for nerve strike. So we are doubly focused on targeting the same guy over and over. Gotcha. We're gonna be making good use of the magic arrow telling us where to attack so that we ensure that we get the maximum bonus out of our nerve strike. Moving on to skill 3. 3D, let this be an enlightening bout. A 4 base power skill 3 with 3 coin power, 4 coins, Pierce Pride. Let me write that down. With 4 3 power coins, we have in our hand a 11 out of the coin powers and a 4. So this is a 15 base roller skill 3. Skill 3s usually don't have a standard average for all the IDs because they tend to have great escalation in some other gimmick, because again, they're a skill 3, they deserve it. Deals more damage for every nerve strike, up to 45%. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, we gain coin power based on the speed difference. Coin power +1 for every 2 speed difference, max 2. Same level of escalation as the other, but since we have 4 coins, it is much more powerful. At the first level of escalation, everything becomes a 4, so 16, that it becomes a 20, and then it becomes a 24 at 4 speed difference. On a Clash Wing, we gain poise. If the target has nerve strike, she gains additional poise, inflicts burn on 1, 2, 3 coins, and on the 4th coin she deals bonus damage based on the sum of our poise and the burn on the target on a critical hit. And if the target has nerve strike, that is 3 defense level downs as well. Ooh, this is going to be fun to use. So we are a hybrid burn and poise. And our focus is on haste. Very good. Finally, we have our evade, which has 4 base power, wrath with a 10 coin power, so it's a 14 with a 62 offense level. If this unit speeds faster than the target, she gains coin power based on the difference, so we have some level of escalation here, making this roll up to a 16 if we are faster than the target. So far, so very excellent. I fear that this unit falls in the same category as Heathcliff and Uffy Heathcliff, which is, again, was released solo, is a standard unit. There is no season, you can get it at any point. And because it is standard like that, it is a very good ID. Like, it has nothing super special here. It has a nerve strike, that's the height of his gimmick, sure, but nothing fancy here, nothing that I need to be careful about other than a nerve strike. So it's a very standardized ID, very decently powerful. It's not crazy on the damage, but the defense level down might change my mind on that. But a very capable ID, you know? That's why it's a standard. It has no season, can be pulled at any moment. Very good, very nice. Anyway, let's equip some ego on this gal. We are using burn, we are using poise, and we are focusing on being faster. So what egos can help us? Red sheet, if I recall, is about inflicting defense level down when we deal a critical hit, so we can actually use this. I barely used it, so. Our tap would be Wishing Cairn because we gain poise when defeating an enemy that has bleed, and we will get bleed eventually. Other options, this is for charge, I believe. No, slash or envy affinity skill. We don't have slash, nor do we have envy, so we cannot use electric enemy. Bullet sack would allow us to decrease enemy sanity by gloom resonance, but we do not have gloom, so cannot be used. The lifetime stew is it's not very good. Yeah, Not very good, so we're not gonna be bothered with it. And the other option we have is Yerni Markella, so we're gonna take it and use it. In any case, let's prepare a team to help our Burn Poise Haste ID, that is Don Quixote. Now, Burn Poise, we have Liu, which allows us to heal Sanity on the Resonance of Wrath, and we have a skill tree that is Wrath. Only if we lost SP, so it's not very good. For Bleed, we have a good option with Pequod First Mate that gives us 2 additional bleed potency using a skill, but we don't apply bleed, so it doesn't work. See what else we have. Blade Lineage Salso, since we use poise, so we can get more poise count from our skills, so that's pretty good, I'd say. Yep, let's go with that one. That means we are without a therapist so far. For Faust, we are once again Burn Poise. We have LC Outer Blossom Star, which will, on a Wrath Resonance, when one ally has its least SP, inflicts burn with a base attack skill. On hit effect, inflict 2 additional burn, 3 times max. The dragon has an ally attack and 30 burn, inflict 1 burn count instead. This is a Resonance Wrath, which is alright, okay, I guess. I'd rather have base Faust, honestly. I might just keep base Faust, because base Faust is incredibly good with that offense level down per hit. And we are focusing on debuffing the enemy quite a lot here. Other option would be for Poise, for Blade Lineage South to Faust. But it has to be with a slash type skill, and we are all peers, so can do. We can actually take base Ryunosuke this time around, because we do have Gluttony, which is very nice. Another option would be the Liu Association South Section 4, which would make us spread burn on killing enemies. So it's the choice of spreading or burn, or the choice of dealing 20% more damage. Dealing and taking, mind you, but only on a resonance. So this doesn't activate until turn 3 at the minimum, while this one is activated all the time because it is owned. So I'd rather spread the burn around, because that will help us with our escalation easier. No, actually no. Our escalation comes from haste, that's right. Not from burn, not from poise. Speed against your haste there. Actually, we're gonna take the haste of pack branch then, because having a lot of haste will help us greatly. As for our Merso, we are going to be taking, how about the Liu Association? Let's take a look. 11 at low speed, inflicts 1 burn, 4 owned lust. We don't have lust, but this one so far is the best one. Lobotomy Eagle Hornet is on a 4 resonance. It gives us a very good healing for 10% of the damage dealt using the attack. 2 times for an encounter, but it is only activate at like 4 turns into the battle. For this turn, it only works in a resonance, and while resonance of our resonance is on the S2, it only works twice per the encounter. It is a chunky bit of healing, I will tell you that much, but I don't know, maybe there is a better option. Let's take a look around. We also gain effects from Poise, so maybe the Cinq Association West Section 3. Clash Wing gains 1 haste next turn. No. You know what? I never use Lobotomy Eagle Hornet as a backup. Let's see how. Let's do this a test roll. We have Wrath Resonance, so it might be good, it might be bad, I don't know. As for Honglu, how can Honglu help us? Well, the default, as always, will be Ting Tang Gang Leader for that sweet 20% damage bonus. Another additional burn count. So 20% damage bonus or more burn. I think the 20 damage bonus win here. Heathcliff. So Heathcliff does not have very good burn or poise support. We have the Shi Association, which is the same as Ryunosuke, but on a Wrath Resonance, and we are already going for a Wrath Resonance here, so we're gonna take that. And it is deal and take more damage instead of just splash damage, so very good. Ishmael, poise or burn? We have the Liu Association Style Section 4, which is blunt damage. We don't have blunt. For poise, we have the Pequod Captain with attack with high speed gains 2 points and 2 points count when the target is defeated after that unit's attack. It is a chunk of poise when we kill someone on a pride resonance, and our resonance is, well, we have pride, but it's that's 3, so it's not going to activate all the time. Maybe there is a better option out here. Let's check it out. Kurokuma collects for more bleed. We don't have sanity heal, so I'm going to take Jong's office representative because we're going to generate the resources eventually, so we don't have either of these resources, the sins, but we'll generate them eventually. We could also take, this is the resonance, right? Resonance, yeah. This is a very good resonance for the Heisho, now that I think of it. Yeah, let's take the sanity healing. Rhodia might just stay as she is because between the bleed, I want to think she's bleed for some reason. Maybe my brain is rotten from fighting the butlers. They kind of look the same. In any case, we are burn poise. Poise, we have Way South section 5 that gives us a shield per poise count, which is 3 resonance, which is okay, I guess. For burn, we do have the Liu Association South Section 4 Director, which allows the view deals 5% more for every 6 burn potency on target. This is a nice 15% bonus, as long as the target has, like, I don't know, 18 burn, or we can just get 20% more bonus damage on every hit without having to the character have 6 burn. Honestly, some of these IDs have some dog shit passives, man. Like, one ally with the least speed deals 5% pierce damage for every 6 burn potency on target on hit, max 15%. So first, it is 5% specifically for pierce damage. It is specifically if the target has 6 burn and it caps at 15% at 6 owned wrath. Not only does her base passive gives more damage for the ally with the most HP with heads coin, so assuming you're high on sanity, which you will be activating this all the time, it deals more damage and it costs less resources, and it isn't conditional, it's always 20%. Some of these passives are dog shit. In any case, let's keep Rhodia as this. Moving on to Sinclair. Sinclair has Dawn Office Fixer that helps us with burn. And a resonance again, it's +1 burn count, 4 times per turn. It's pretty nice, but there might be something better out there. Let's see. On a resonance and evade, we gain haste, which is okay, I suppose. What else we have? Poise. We have Blade in the Salto that gives us a final power last skill, and we have the La Mariachi Happy, which is 10% more damage. So this is only going to activate on turn 3 and forward, and it's just extra burn count. This one is just more damage. I'm sorry, some passives don't really change that much because there really isn't a good enough reason to justify changing them. Sure, it is just 10% more damage, but it is easier. This one here, for example, will only activate on turn 3. We are going to be gaining 10% more damage against targets with Rupture and gaining haste next turn. Remember, we must be fast little boys here. But we don't apply Rupture, and so this skill is not very good. So we are going to take the ever reliable Blade in the Salso Otis with the kill confirmation. Kill 30% more damage on enemies below 25 is pretty damn nice. 1 second, I have to execute my cat because they want to start a fight. Situation solved. Dusting fan applied. Last but certainly not least, we have Gregor. Gregor has a very interesting passive for his Liu Association, which is a 30% more damage with the 4th and subsequent coins. The problem is a skill needs to have 4 coins, and we do have one on our skill tree, but we are giving up a healing here. And healing is very good, especially if we are solo. So unfortunately, as much as I want to use this incredibly damage boost for the last coin of our skill tree, I cannot give up the healing, not yet. As we have seen in the last session, OP Heathcliff was hanging on by a thread when we fought Bamboo Hat King, and every little bit of healing mattered in that moment. In any case, that is our team. Let's review. Late linear Saosu, Yisang is providing us with additional poise count. Base Faust is providing us with offense level down, true offense level down at a 25% chance. The Heisho Pack Maul Branch Otis Ryoshu is giving us true haste. Lobotomy Eagle Hornet Merso is providing us with a strange boost at the 4th turn, which is big heals and SP heal. Think Tank Gang Leader is giving us more damage. The Association South Section 5 Heathcliff is giving us more damage. Jong's office representative Ishmael, or Hanafuda Ishmael, is providing us with sanity heals. Rhodia and Sinclair are providing us with additional damage, and Otis is providing us with damage against enemies with low health. And finally, G Corp manager Corporal Gregor is providing us with a healing, which is very nice. This thing is very much focused only on giving us extra damage. We have 4 IDs that are not doing that, which is additional poise, additional haste, big heals, and sanity heal, and the rest is damage, honestly. And Faust is giving us defense offense level down, which it's not technically damage, but I count as damage, but it's not. What are these cats doing? Oh. Stop fighting or I'll have to get up my chair. You don't want me getting up my chair, do you? Where are you? All right, I'm getting up on my chair. 1 second, please. Anyway, cat's obliterated. Let's get on with the mirror dungeon. My ass is out of Starlight once again, but hopefully we'll get some in this run. Here we go. As per usual, favor the Nebulae Starlight Guidance. Very good, very nice. We are a Poise, we are a Burn, and we are Haste with Pierce on top of that, so we can focus on any skill tree we want. I much rather focus on Poise because Poise is incredibly powerful. I don't know if we're gonna have enough Starlight to buy the gifts we need. This is dangerous. Do apologize for the noise. Do not mind it. It is coming from the room here. Anyway, I take Lithograph. We take... Where is it? Ashen. Ooh, Ashen is expensive. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. We're gonna be missing an Eagle gift here called Echoes of the Manor. Oh no. Can't take it. It's too expensive. Ooh. Yeah, I've been playing too fast to lose with my Starlight. I need to do some off-screen grinding for that. Ooh. What do we choose here? I can survive a stagger. Yeah, let's take less damage from things. Oh, my Starlight is gone. Oh, that is also poses a problem because if we get to a floor where the packs are bad and we can't reroll and still the packs is still bad, we can't fidangle the odds in our favor anymore. Yeah, it's another consequence of the whole, you know, I forgot to change the loading screen while away. It's another consequence of playing a mirror dungeon every day without changing the characters I'm using, or without using the bonus units that are giving us more, you know, more Starlight. So that's my bad. Where is Sinners? Where is Dawn? Let's take a look at her backstory so we can get a cool loading screen. Ooh, la la. This is one of the funniest ones. Jackie Chan Dawn. I love that you can kind of see the red eyes on her through the glasses because of the tint of the lens, you know? Come on, come on. I want to see the other screen. There we go. There she is. Doing the funny with her hand. Come on. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Let's deploy this mirror dungeon. We'll probably have to lock in. We no longer have our, you know, starlight to help us here. So let's, yeah. Let's lock in. We have the Forgotten for Doll and Phlebotomy, and we have the Pierced for extra damage and some healing. Let's max HP. This is for the first start of an encounter, and this one's for hitting. Let's go for the Forgotten. We do have wrap skills, so we're gonna benefit greatly from. Yeah, let's go over here. Now we're deploying Dawn and Dawn only. Hopefully, man, we don't have any ego generating gift either. The choices are so limited right now. I chose to be tank here and to have some healing on stagger. But man, I miss having the Zippo lighter or resistance against stagger. But this unit does have pretty good defense level, and we do have protection here, so let's see how it rocks. Another good thing about the escalation being about speed rather than anything else is that we can trigger it right from the get-go instead of having to wait to gather up conditionals. And once we do have our, you know, see we're already faster than everyone, so our skills are going to be full power soon, very quickly. Right off the bat, as a matter of fact, not quickly, just right off the bat we get our coin powers, our escalation. Oh yeah, we got a lot of new dialogue haunting us because again, I decided to have a crowd of people watching this, just like you, my dear audience. Still don't have a stagger, so we're not getting our healing. Look at that skill 1, skill 2 rolling at 23 right off the bat with barely starting on the dungeon. The good thing I took the Power Light Protection, Ashen Constellation. Alright, we're gonna get our first stagger and a good heal. Nice. Lithograph is just better, I think, than what's it called? Phlebotomy for starting out, because it heals per stagger rather than the first hit. So that's something to take into consideration. Very nice. Royden.
굉장히 잘했다고 말씀하시는 거예요. 팀장님 칭찬 좀.
본인의 승리.
너무 과했는데.
맞아. 본인의 승리. 그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 살 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
We literally have a crowd of people in the stand. So they've been previously to watch the book part, and their god is the book version of Ryunosuke, just usually an asshole of a human being. Yep, but we're about to see that demons are very real, and they are out to get you today, probably. Alright, we beat the first encounter with almost no problem. Again, this is a very competent ID, I'll tell you that much. Maybe I'll just build once I'm done with all the builds, all the teams from order of release, I'll start doing I'll do a fixer team and see how it goes with only standard units. Don Quixote.
너희들 기운차 보인다.
Right, let's clap against the one with the most coins in the beginning. Actually, I could have dodged it. I forgot I am a dodge unit. I am a fool. Boink. 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 Boink.
오케이. 작전 지역 진입 확인했어.
네, 입감 양호합니다.
Alright, boss. Follow up. Which part of your body has the? It's the body that has the nerve strike. Very good. So we're gonna be playing the gimmick of our character now, which is attacking whatever has the nerve strike mark for bonus damage and bonus burn application, I believe. There we go. And the body. I gotta keep in mind that it gives the nerve strike on the last attack.
차포잡이라 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
Voice actors have so much fun with this, man.
적의 날개를 꺾었구나.
Go, you little Don Quixote, you! Succeeding that test. Which one is the body is marked? The body will perish. You are 3 speed and I'm at 13 speed, which means I win because I will be able to attack you before you are able to attack me. Very good. And we already see our passives coming up to full activate, which is very nice. And we do have egos if you need to do, you know, ego blast a team further ahead. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it flowing. Alright, here we go. We ego blast these fools, but we don't have ego resources because once again we do not have the Zippo lighter. Oh, I am so mad about this. I never ran out of Starlight before. It's just because I haven't done so many mirror dungeons back to back. But usually when I did mirror dungeons, and I usually did them daily as well, I would, you know, cycle through teams. So that way I would always have Starlight. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of mirror dungeons on the side to be able to reattain my Starlight gun. It shouldn't be a problem, but still. I should do it while I'm studying because I haven't been studying lately, which is a huge mistake on my part. How am I supposed to, you know, get my degree in languages and learn Japanese if I don't study every day? But then again, the temperature did drop quite harshly here, and last 2 weeks have been very weird for me as well. Also, I'm actually pretty hot right now. I should probably remove this hoodie. Very nice. Because we choose a cigarette holder as our first gift, we get true power up, which is always very welcome. Look at her go! Compared to Heathcliff last night, she is much more visually pleasing to watch.
이런 걸 보면 끝을 알 수 없던 엄마가 선택한 최선의 방법이었을지도 모르겠어.
Maybe it's the amount of kicks she has. It's just more, visually pleasing to watch than Ophi Heathcliff, which has just swing, 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 stab, swing, stab. It doesn't do anything very cool. All his attacks kind of look and feel the same. Right, up to the mystery pack here. This asshole, I can actually fight. And we do use burn, so we're gonna get ourselves pretty good here. And we do have evade, so we can avoid the worst of it. All right, here we go. Magical arrow, tell me, what shall come to fruition first? This one, gotcha.
피해 상처값이 예상 범위를 벗어나는데요?
Good. Thou shall not touch me, you foul cretin.
바로 전송해줄게.
People helping us with damage, I do like that.
뼈가 굉장히 좋았어. 팔 속에서 뼈가 기록적인 피해량인 것 같다. 뭐야 이 수치는? 아까 어떤 직원이 제 앞 개체에 한
Everything lit up? Oh, nice. Damn, sweet.
진짜?
Let's fight then. Let's brawl it out, brother. We do need to dodge at least once, so. Fucking Jackie Chan Dawn, I love it. Oh, the residential period had just expired. That is dire. If you don't pay your taxes, the sweepers will take your house away. Okay. Lovely.
실패할 수도 있겠지. 언제나 그랬듯이.
Kind of scary. Let me message my players here real quick, cause of that little bit.
예상한 것보다 움직임이 더
엄마와 함께
좋구나.
이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
Interesting. So with this little tidbit that we have now the sweepers on the we don't have lust, do we? We don't. Ooh, we don't have blunt either. We'll take the lust anyway. Anyway, the sweepers just said that the whoever's housing license just expired. If you don't pay your license on time, they will literally take away your house, like with you inside, because again, their hooks can melt flesh and any matter into whatever slushy thing they use on their tanks. So if you don't pay in time, you are having a nice time with your family in your house, but you forgot to pay your tax, or for some reason your tax money didn't reach the representative of the head for taxation or whatever in time, and then the sweepers just start swarming in because for then you didn't pay. So fuck you, buddy. That's concerning. Which also raises the great question, is that every syndicate that is out there, every criminal organization, also need to pay taxes. Taxation is not optional in the city, because if you don't pay your taxes, you lose your entire hideout. That's why they're always scrambling to get money, either through contract work or something else. That is very interesting for me as a GM.
계속 거듭해 나가면 이기는 건 정해진 결과겠어요.
Every ring-a-dink syndicate has to pay taxes.
내가 있는 곳까지 흔들리던데.
You're like, okay, we're a syndicate, we're a group of hardened criminals, but hey, buddy, can I sleep in your house tonight? We kind of couldn't pay the taxes for our hideout and the sweepers took it away.
좋구나.
Which kind of reinforced something I was doing about in my campaign, where abandoned buildings in the city must not be very common, but they still exist more on like, okay, this building was abandoned because the company went under or whatever, and people moved in because the license for it hasn't expired yet.
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 일종의 피해량인 것 같아. 이거 완전 삼촌들이랑 고백 같았어. 본인의 승리일세. 뭐야 이 수치는? 아까 어떤 직원이 제압 개체에 한 번에 입힌 피해량이야. 잠깐. 진짜? 왜 부서팀장을 안 달아줬지? 조여목구를 달궈볼까?
Fascinating, I love it.
본인의 승리일세.
Let me just send a message here to my friends. All right, fight complete. We will take Voodoo Doll and Phlebotomy Pack. We don't inflict bleed, but that would be an excellent gift to get, but these two have better power. We can take To Be Pierced, Emotional Seduction, or To Be Cleaved. There is a rebate token here that is very nice. To Be Cleaved has Lucy Politer. I'm going to be cleaved. Ooh, yes. In one regard, though, having no Starlight actually makes the game kind of interesting, because I don't get to reroll stuff to make things easier for me, so I have to lock in and deal with what I have.
Don Quixote.
개체의 상태가 조금 변했을 거예요. 눈치채시면 바로 말씀.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
마시고 끝내고 종이에 적어주세요.
결정.
관리자가 째깍대는
제압
소리도
효과가
잘
굉장히
읽어내주게.
좋았어. 기록적인 피해량인 것 같다.
Right, now I remember. Now, you know this whole thing about if you don't pay your light, talk about you're living in a city or living in like a shack, but you pay your taxes for that terrain, right? All right, imagine you hand over the money to someone to make that payment and that person doesn't make that payment, and instead of like having your landlord or landlord equivalent come and say, hey, where's my payment? You just die because the sweepers got in? Because man, oh man, that is a scary thought. And my mother had this happen to her, because she handed the rent money to someone and that someone didn't pay for several months. Now I'd say that this ID is even more capable than Heathcliff, Otis Heathcliff, because Otis Heathcliff is from season before, so they matured their standards for IDs. But this one is more efficient, more capable, because her conditionals are based on speed rather than tremor on target. So if you're lucky with your speed, you get your conditionals right away, and she's already rolling high. And plus, she actually has a fun gimmick, which can be used on chain battles and focus encounters, but on focus encounters, it's very good. because it just gives you one clash power and one base power of 3 stats, and plus a few extra bonuses for damage and burn application and poison acquiring as well.
알리사가
Say goodbye, gangster.
펀데이터보다 산출값이 좋네요. LCA나 LCD에게서 산출했던 비정상값과 다르게 이건 쓸수
이번으로 몇 번째 통과죠?
17번째라네.
Alright.
확실히 관리자의 지위가 동반된다면 승률이 상당히 높군.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, I was typing a message because this stuff is fascinating to think about, and as a GM and player, and finally a player, it's very good. Ooh, this is very good for us. We do have Pride Affinity skills. There's powerful skill tree, but we are not going to the elite node there. I am not feeling suicidal.
그 삼과 돈 키호테.
There we go. There we go.
좋나 본데?
All right. Time. Magical arrow. Which attack shall strike me first? That one? Got it, buddy. Don't lie to me again.
달고 볼까?
Evade the chicken's done. You have failed.
외부 요인에 의한 강화제.
Alright, the chickens are being merciful. Good.
활용 가능성에 대해
조여
질문해보게.
목구를 달고 볼까?
Because I will not be merciful to the chickens.
어릴 땐 몰랐어. 왜 엄마가 삼촌들이랑 말도 못 섞게 했는지.
Right. Kill that chicken first,
그
followed by
외모는
this chicken, and then this chicken.
손가락
조여
안에서도
목구를
내려가는
달고 볼까?
실력자들이었을 거야. 너희가
본인의 승리.
치명적인 한방이었어.
매번 엄마의
거의 진압 때리는 걸요?
맞아. 여기까지.
Crowd talking in my ears. One chicken left. Destroy the
조여
chicken.
목구를 달고 볼까? 이결 본인의 승리.
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요?
적절한 비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고 유사 실험 기록이 있다면 바로 전송해주게.
Alright, alright, alright. Extra lithograph. Oh, there we go. This dog was such a random drop of ID. Again, I do believe that you want to keep like releasing like normal guys for now because her ID is not even a Ooh, Sticky Muck is excellent for us. God damn. We're getting some good gift out here. We're getting some excellent gifts. I'll tell you what. In any case, this zone is I think they want to keep releasing average Joes because, well, it's nice to have the average Joe, and they're not even a season exclusive. You can get them at any moment. We actually don't need this one. What's this? Both deployed. Layered bandages would be nice if you get bleed, so we can stay in tip-top shape. So I want to get it, and I will. Give me the layered bandages. Very good. And we don't have any money to enhance anything, and we can actually use a wide variety of eagles. So that is very nice. So, much like Ufi Heathcliff that we saw yesterday, Soek, she doesn't have a season. She can be pulled at any moment, and she is a very competent ID, as we have seen on the at the beginning of the stream today during the study. She is very competent. Her conditionals are active from the get-go. She got her true levels of escalation just by existing.
너희들 기운 차 보인다.
Just by being faster than the guy here, I am already gaining true core power.
힘이 나니까.
I exaggerated a little bit, but still, for every true speed difference, we gain another core power. So, and we have haste because of our passives here. So we're doing excellent.
저쪽에 있음. 도구 챙겼으면 달리라움.
How about I don't eat that counter? You ever thought about that, fairy gentlemen?
여러분이 이때까지 겪었던 일에
Thank you for your thank you for your collaboration for not making me eat that counter because I was not going to.
시대에 여러분처럼 이론보다
Season 0 IDs as well. Oh, that just say they're what's called standard fare. Because again, the gimmick of the Limbus company is that we are train/bus, so these are the standard fare IDs. Can't touch this. And you burn now. Which part of your body did I apply my... It's on the left arm. Got it. All your attacks are coming from the left arm, aren't they? How convenient for me. And now we can clash you.
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 어?
Very nice.
신선한 부위 하나가 쏙 떨어져 나왔네. 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공호대 같아.
Ooh, a counter. I don't like that.
조여목구를
Or B,
달궈볼까?
activate. I got a 4 resonance, but did that work or B work?
마무리.
Yeah, we can't dodge counters. Is the secret to killing Valentina just using middle IDs? Or counters? Assuming you survive the hits, that is. Very nice.
몇 번째 통과죠?
17번째라네. 확실히 관리자의 지위가 동반된다면 승률이 상당히 높군.
Let's give that chance to get eager gift to get nothing. Alright, we came here for the blue zippo lighter and we are staying for the rebate token. Alright, the Unconfronting has Inquisitors. That's a bad idea. Crawling Abyss has the fucking Pequot Town. I don't like it. Let's give it a refresh, the only one we can do. And we got Certain Word, which has Butters, and Addicting Lust, which has nothing. Let's go for Addicting Lust. I'd rather avoid getting a situation against bad enemies that will just destroy us. This is Rose Hunter, no. Who is this? Is this Sign of Roses? I think it's Sign of Roses. Yep, welcome Shonhiki, and yes, Silent Orchestra is just annoying. Like I said before, when you have an Aleph, they fall under two categories, either easy to suppress or easy to maintain contained. For example, Nothing There is very easy to maintain contained. If Nothing There actually breaks out, he's very difficult to put it back in. Silent Orchestra is kind of easy to get to put back in his cell, but he's kind of hard to keep in his cell because of how annoying he is. Mountain of Smiling Bodies is incredibly easy to put back in his cell, but he is not so easy to keep him in his cell because after a few clerks die, he escapes.
그런 정보가 없어. 다른 세피라들에게도 물어볼게.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
Hold on.
마무리.
다들 평소보다 의욕적이야. 이런 분위기는 흔치 않아서 설레이네.
Poker attacks on one dog at a time.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
God damn it, why does it go in a different order than I ordered it to?
마무리.
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어나는데요?
저런 비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고.
우와,
유사 실험
지금
기록에
완전
있다면 바로
삼촌들이랑
전송
동호대
중이야.
같았어.
There we go.
우울해 보이는데 지금이
Kill.
기회였어요.
That. Dog.
완전 초상집이다. 조여먹구를 달궈볼까? 본인의 승리일세. 본인의 승리일세.
Very clean sweep.
너희가 걸어야 할 수라의 길을 여전히
Alright, we're gonna attack this one first. And that one last. So we can apply the marks on that one.
조여먹구를 달궈볼까?
I guess it prioritizes attacks that are clashing rather than attacks that are gonna go one-sided.
만복의 시간입니다.
제압 효과가 굉장히
이
좋았어.
결투.
기록적인 피해량인 것 같아.
I got a 9 and I still don't yet get a lot of mechanics. Welcome to the stream, Ghostface Man Short. I do believe this is your first time here.
조여먹구.
I welcome thee to the stream, and if you're coming to ask about mechanics, you kind of came to the right place. We do ID studies here, and I'd like to know I know a fair bit about the game, even though I'm still learning some stuff myself, but that's the path of enlightenment. If I can aid you in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and ask. The chat is free to ask questions as much as you want. That's the point of the whole dungeon. Ask
동구
questions.
삼과 돈키호테.
A lot of the mechanics of the game aren't properly explained, so no one can blame you, really. But god damn it, I want to avoid these guys. And this is an unfocused encounter too. Gosh darn it.
뭔가 사기를
Well, what can I do about them? They're all weak to pierce. And we do have a slash and a slash. Overclocked, this becomes a blunt and a slash. Oh boy, this will be bad. Right. We could Superbia into a massive ego AoE, but I'd rather not.
달궈볼까? 이 결투.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow. Ow. Alright, we're good. We are getting paralyzed. It's pretty bad, but
제 조여먹구를 달궈볼까?
you have to be steady index clouds so you don't get a perfect sleep stat because I can never get past 1. Ooh, hold on 1 second. Yes, I have looked at her kit, but I haven't done study on her. We can take a look if you remind me after the dungeon is done, just before book reading. Because it's very simple. You just read what the paper says and follow what the prescript tells you to do. That's pretty much it. Right, we're in a bad situation here. We are gonna hit them with the Superbia because
쪽은 적입니다.
yeah, I am not getting my ass handed by Pequot Town.
조여먹구를
It's not even
달궈볼까?
Pequot Town, but you know, Pequot Town adjacent.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 내고. 그래, 그렇게 황홀히 피어나고 피어나고 피어나라.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice. I think that's a full stagger team. Nah, one of them survived because of their block.
거의 진압되겠는
Rather, he
거야?
wasn't targeted to begin with. Right, let's get her health back.
조여먹구를 달궈볼까?
What I saw in the new ID for Yoshi is going to be a dang good solo ID. Most IDs can do solo. It's just that any ID with evade will do good.
흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나.
Ah, we're paralyzed. Well. Let's do some magic.
조여먹구를 달궈볼까?
Times like this, time to sacrifice our sanity in excuse for a
이
AoE.
수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원 무엇인가?
That's a cool attack.
이
We're
결투.
in a very Chinese moment of our life here.
본인의 승리일세.
살살해.
Anyway, I know the ID is gonna have some cool mechanics, but I usually don't read the ID when I don't have it in my hands. God damn it, that's a dagger. Ah, this is a retry.
지금 쓸모없이 힘만 빼는
This is a retry. We're gonna get beaten to death there.
다시 실시해야겠네요.
조금 내리는 편이
We don't have. I hate unfocus encounter so much. Was this an elite? I think this wasn't an elite node, was it? And it sure feels like an elite node. Ooh, this is gonna be rough. Again, that's a no star like this, that motherfucker. Here we hit them with an eagle again. Thumb them, and let's stall for skill slots as much as we can.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 먹은 그래, 그렇게 황홀히 피어나고 피어나고 피어나라.
Not as well as we did last time. Maybe even better, actually.
중계하듯이 말하지 좀 마시라니까.
We could get the passive for La Sangre de la Sancho for healing, but we have plenty of healing going on already, so... And this guy gets to attack for free because screw him, right?
조여먹구를 달궈볼까? 본인의 승리.
지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 동호대 같았어.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
That's what we can do here now. That is a lot of attacks coming our way. I don't like it.
돌입이었어요.
We could do a double blast, double barrel, or AoEs and try to make most out of it. And we are faster, so we are going first. Let's hope that does something. Just haven't moved the kid to focus like that. I'll check her out when I see her because I've seen superficially what she can do and that she has a lot of moves. But again, I don't read the kit when they're teased like that because we don't get numbers, and I like to analyze the AD when I have it in my hands and then deploy it on the mirror dungeon. See how it goes. Yeah, I think double barreling was a good idea. I don't get super excited for new IDs, mind you. My favorite IDs are going to be always the Kurokumo. I'll get excited when a new Kurokumo gets announced, but as in the moment, it has not, so... Alright, hit me. Hit me. Ah, my... they do a lot of damage.
내가 있는 곳까지 흔들리던데.
네,
We're still the fastest, and we're still the greenest. Give my health back. Very good, very nice. I had to use a lot of eagles here. I don't usually like them, but we do what we can.
제압 개체에 맞는 정상적인 공격이야.
Alright, we're good. We have won. To the power of the eagle.
것 가지고 칭찬할 필요 없어.
본인의 승리.
너무 과했는데.
이번으로 몇 번째 통로죠?
살살해. 그러다
17
뼈라도
번째는
맞으면 타이 속에서
확실히
뼈가
관리
씹히더라고.
I didn't remember when I'm doing solo runs, I need to avoid elite node because they're always unfocused, and unfocused counters suck. No, it wasn't even an elite node. It was just like, hey, time to fight Pequot Town again. All right, fill it with blood. Go ahead, Sinclair. Get in there. Get your potent German Mexican blood in that thing and give me a hammer. I'm excited for Tum the most. I don't think the Tum is gonna be real, but I'm not gonna rain on people's parade. Anyway, how are we looking health-wise? Full sanity. Give me a refresh. Let's see what we got. Barbed lasso, mirror tactile synthesis, reverberation. Nothing we can use really. Let's upgrade the UPS system then. That's free damage, and that's enemy damage down. Good, goody. We could get additional rupture here, which I like. And this would be very nice if I could upgrade it. Let's sell these two here because I'm not gonna fuse it to anything. Rico can stay. We don't have Gloom, I believe, but we do have Eagles with AoE, so that's always nice for an extra heal and extra damage. We need to upgrade this level 3 to actually gain something out of it. But this one is good. Defense level up is always nice. And a little bit more burn, why not? Here we go. Into the third floor boss.
동구 쉔크 3과 돈 키호테.
So anyway, we're right now following the ID study of... Oh, this guy again. All right. This is gonna be the easiest fight of my life. All right, magical arrow. Which one goes first? That one? Gotcha. In any case, I am analyzing IDs by order of release date. Dodge that? Yes, we can. By release date, we kind of had a mixed bag before, but now we're kind of following a structure here where we go from the older IDs to the most recent. But the one rule that I am following is that if the ID has a team, the entire team is going to be analyzed. So if I get the Liu Association early on, I'm gonna analyze the entire Liu Association, no matter the time of their release. So right now we're doing Cinq Dawn. I don't remember which one's gonna be next, honestly. And if the ID in particular does not have a team, they will be doing it solo. That's the rules of our team here. All right, go over here, and go over here. Give me them talismans, boy. First encounter fight with beginner started the last probably fighting according on the robo neat fight, as Kira would say. Was the first encounter with the beginner started the first time you fight her? No, it is not. Good luck. I will not spoil on this. You will fight her again. Alright, here we go. This time I didn't break its arm as usual, but doesn't matter. We have enough slots to fully clash you, and you have 5 power down, so get dunked on by China Quixote. The Poise Burn ID, or as some would say, the Porn ID, which is a stupid nomenclature, but judging by the amount of images that have been made for this character, I kind of see the point. Yeah, yes, yeah. Just lock in, strap yourself in, lock in, and have fun. It's well worth the reward. There we go. Easy boss. I love fighting this guy because he's so easy. His gimmick is so simple. Certain special spies that the older abnormalities have. I love them. Alright, let's see here. Clash power, offense level. We always take offense level, even if there are repeats. Index Sang and Ring Honglu carry, I won't lie, in terms of damage. Probably, they probably will, but you don't need them to beat the fight. They're nice to have, but you don't need them. Reload. Time killing timing, wall per gives, nature and despair. I don't want to go here. Yeah, let's do time killing time. We're faster than the time killer. China. Actually, this is kind of funny. China girl in London here. Oh, this is new. We turn into a corner and come across him. No, hold on. I'm gonna do this properly. Give me a moment. That's... Where the hell is it? 1 second, please. Yep. We turn into a corner and come across a rather crudely drawn poster. Written on the poster is a brief introduction next to a small note with directions. Running low on time, but burning full of frustration, then come join the Eurodean. Are you content with letting the iniquity walk all over you? Or would you rather live for its destruction? Desire it hard. Take this poster, let it be your train ticket. At the alley, face the road and walk at a speed of 120 kilometers per day, alone. Was this poster written by someone from the Index? Alright, let's take the poster. Gamble on Honglu. God damn it.
We remained in hiding while Honglu sorted out the directions on the poster and made it to the meeting spot. But no one came to meet Honglu. That's when we sensed a group of scared people approaching from behind us. I quite simply asked, and hopeful to come along, what are you lot, hounds of T-Corp? Looks like a fight is inevitable.
Thank you, Honglu.
운이
Well-
따라주지 않네요.
Kill them anyway.
동구 싱크 3과 돈키호테.
Thank you, Honglu. Is there any way to easily solve Nurse Father Pinky? I haven't tried it. I wouldn't recommend it, especially because you have to play the gimmick of giving support to Hohenheim. And if you don't have the what's it called? The skill slots to, you know, properly fight, you might be screwed, because otherwise you won't be able to weaken the Nurse Father to let Hohenheim win the clash.
이 돌이 기꺼이 그대에게 가서 맡기를.
A little bit of damage.
시원하네.
And now we take a little bit of damage.
돋보여주는 좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
We're gonna do it again. Because if you don't, we might get staggered. Actually, I don't think you can deploy less than the required units to fight with Nurse Father, because you have to take specific number of specific IDs.
치명적인 한 방이었어.
거의 진압되겠는걸요?
피해
맞아.
사정값이
여기까지
예상
다
범위를
오르지 않았어?
벗어났는데
적절한 비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고. 유사 실험 기록이 있다면 바로 전송해주게.
Alright, we're getting our stuff or shit rocked here, but we're getting our skill slot, which is what matters. Here we go.
달궈볼까?
내부 방사들. 손가락 안에서도 내로라 하는
I love the little noise she makes.
제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 기록적인 피해량인 것 같아. 이건 엄마에게 감춰져. 우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 고모대 같았어.
Ooh, they do tremor. I forgot about that.
한 고비를 넘긴
Main weapon tremor. Oh no!
믿었던 대로 너희
Alright, let's hit him with
방금 칭찬
Does the guy have not attack weight? I don't think so. But they do have a lot of tremor. No, not anymore. This one has tremor. This one has a lot too. Will that hit him? Yes, it will.
조여먹구를 달궈볼까?
There we go. Keep killing Don. Keep slaughtering them.
간절하게 빌게나 그렇지 않으면 발을 입을
With love, Don.
이 결투
Ah, she's doing so well. Look at her go. The
조여먹구
best idea is hammering low files, indexing Sun, and Don Quixote, Pink Sinclair, Lemon Cracker, done by Limbus, Solving Rodeo, and a few others. If you have the time, go, I don't remember it from the top of my head, but enter the fight, check the enemy physical weaknesses and scene weaknesses, and try to match them as best you can with their IDs. That is the main way to go about anything in Limbus Company, honestly, and Library of Ruina by extension. Check what the enemy is weak to, check their passives, and make a few notes you have on paper, and try to match your unit's power, team affinity, and physical damage type to what they're weak to. Same way you can make yourself more resistance against their attacks by using ego passives as well. There's a lot of systems working in tandem on Limbus Company to make you stronger and handle things. For example, if you take an ID that is resistant to the physical damage type that they use, together with an ego that raises your resistance against the main sin type they use, you are going to take basically no damage from them, which is always very nice.
휴식을 기다리며 고양이 노래.
Let me show you what I mean, if I can.
돈키호테
Give it a second, please. It's loading. Right. Fuck these guys.
개체의 상태가
Anyway,
조금
Dawn
변했을
here.
거예요.
You can check that she has resistances to sins here. Any attack that is Wrath, she's gonna take double damage from it, and any attack that is Gloom, she's gonna take double damage from it. These guys have Wrath. These attacks are dangerous. because I have an Eagle Gift, my resistance to slash is raised. So even if I get hit by a slash attack, it won't matter. But if I got hit by a slash and wrap attack without having the blessing here, I would be taking quadruple damage without being staggered. The same goes for the enemies. Usually enemies have a physical resistance and a sin affinity resistance. Most human enemies do not have thin weaknesses except for bosses, but almost all of them have a weakness to a damage type, which you can and should exploit together with sin affinities. These guys here have no resistance, so we are only focused on blunt. Unfortunately, all our attacks are pierced, so we're not gonna put a dent on them, a special dent on them. What we can do, however, is whenever you use an eagle, whenever you use an eagle, you're gonna see that your resistances under this direction here, like under your spinner, will change. So rise, my resistance against lust would also lower, and I would become fatal to gluttony and gloom. If I were to go red sheet, it would change. And if you go here to Yearning Markella, which is my strongest one, it would make me incredibly resistant against lust and gluttony and pride as well. Now, I could use this against these guys because it would help, and I probably will, but I don't think they have high. What's their dagger resistance? Not very good. For now, I'm just going to dodge. Now, here's another tip that I can give you that someone had to teach me because I didn't know it. Is if you have a character that is able to evade, evades don't clash, so they don't take in consideration the offense level of the attacker, which is another mechanic that is incredibly poorly explained in the game. For example, the first clash that's gonna occur is this guy with my one block here. I'm gonna put in a evade and hope and pray that she doesn't botch it, because evade get to be recycled for every subsequent attack that targets the same place. But the evade has to be the first thing that is activated. So check this out, and let's pray she doesn't botch it. With one skill slot, we managed to evade every single attack. Hopefully, maybe. Ah, she botched it. But she evaded most of the attacks. Evade is incredibly powerful, but if you get hit, that's it, you got hit. And now these guys are faster than us, which is very, very bad, because we require to be fast to be able to win clashes here. So let's do that again. Evade. Hey, nice clash power you have. I'm not clashing against you, so screw you. Now the clash power is in effect here because he is faster than me. Lamal. Ain't happening, buddy. You ain't touching this gal today. Is that the first one that's gonna come? Hold on. Yeah, that's the first one. Let's evade that, and let's add some additional bonus evade in case she botches it. In any case, and they're saying your defense skills is also very good because defense skills aren't used by win rate at all. For example, evade can be recycled, which is very nice. Defense skills do not clash, of course, unless they are the clashable type of evade. Evade. Clashable type of... we're gonna get staggered. Oof. That's 4 attacks. Maybe she can survive it. Let's see. And 1, 2. Right, we survived, but we are paralyzed. But we can do things about that. We can do a lot of things about that. It's 4 paralysis, we have 4 coins. No, that's a 2 coins. Oh, we can make it work. We can make it if we try. Just the 2 of us. Alright, Alright, let's check which one's gonna go first. It is going to be the Eagle, so here we go.
조여먹구를
It was supposed to be the Eagle Dawn. Oh well. Didn't have to overload it, but we did it anyway.
너희의 피라도 한 칸이라도 붉게 피어날 거야.
Breakable coins aren't a problem. Honestly. You just need to keep in mind some things, really. Like, when scanning for the boss information, skills, and passive, you need to find critical information. If you find the critical information, the thing you have to watch out for, which nowadays we have the equivalent of yellow paint to know what it is, just keep that thing in mind and you will be golden. Right, turning the tide of battle. We are unstaggerable. We are full health after that display of power. Very good. No, don't wing raid it. God damn it. Finger slip. Read it out. Here we go. So just look for critical information for the bosses, things that you should avoid, and that's it.
너무 과했는데.
Unbreakable coins, if you have the right team, can become your greatest ally, especially for bleed teams.
여기까지 다 이기지 않았어?
Like, if you check my channel, I have 1 or 2 videos which are the Kurokomo clan versus Lei Heng before the nerf, and versus the Knight from the collab, which all had unbreakable coins, but because I use bleed and I have a lot of paralysis on my team, it becomes my greatest ally. Because even if they do hit me with the unbreakable coin, they are paralyzed so it does no damage, and by hitting me, you trigger the Kurokomo Heatcliff punishment. You can also, if you're using the middle team, for example, that focus on counters, you can exploit unbreakable coins to your advantage as well. Because you put a counter there, you win the clash, you hit the guy, you get hit by the unbreakable, and because you got hit, you trigger your counter, and then you turn the guy into soup. There is a fucking elite node right ahead. God damn it.
동구 쉔크 3과 돈키호테.
The right combination of eagles as well help a lot for both damage and for passives, because once you activate your eagle, you have, you know, passives that will help you. Let's see, let's go with this one first for a nice AoE. Since this is an unfocused encounter, I can't manually evade attacks, I just have to take him. Throw the rock at them.
외부 요인에 의한 강화지만 너무 경계만 할 필요는 없어요.
활용 가능성에 대해 고민해보게.
Wonder if I can set up a dodge here. Because I am the fastest unit right now, and my clap comes first. Nope, I forgot that when you elect to use a dodge, it goes at the speed of the enemy. On an unfocused encounter, at least. But hey, at least we didn't get hit. That's good. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. Thank you. That helps a lot. Hey, we're quickly approaching 100 subscribers. That is crazy, man. I got the video. I'm preparing the video. I don't know what to say. Look, nowadays we're kind of poisoned by the numbers that we have on the internet. 100 people think they want to watch my slime here on YouTube, which is because of the TV, is crazy to think about. Because if you picture 100 people, you fill up your room. I play a lot of Mirror Dungeons. There's a chance they will stand up using the person around that. Is that an eagle gift to me? Yes, it is called Rusty the Commemorative Coin. And it's very funny if you use it on Magic Bullet Otis and end up killing your entire team. Commemorative Rusty Coin makes it so that any attack that has a single coin that does not kill or stagger an enemy is used again on a random target. Most eagles are comprised of single coins, so it's very funny to use it. Look at her go.
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요.
적절한 비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고
The fucking strategy with that kick.
있다면 바로 전송해줄게.
연장 솜씨가 현란하죠.
Yeah, just give her a few slots and she's good to go. It is kind of broken, especially if you use on something like Lord of Hongyu and Honglu, which forces the next unit to use a skill tree unopposed against a target, and then he follows up with another attack. And then he repeats that because his skill is a single coin, and it rarely kills. It is very, very broken,
동구싱크 3과
but you only find it on the mirror dungeon. Alright, this is an elite
개체의
node.
상태가 조금 변했을 거예요.
8 elite nodes, but what can you do with a drunken sailor?
끝나고 종이에
Hit them, smack them, throw that rock them down.
때는 소리도 잘 녹음해두게. 상황별로 활용할 분석.
With love done.
기꺼이 그대에게 가서 맡기리.
That's a triple stagger, that's what I like. É disso que o velho gosta, é disso que o velho quer. Alright. Okay.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
I always get lucky with a roll if you do rolls. I don't recommend ever rolling for anything. As long as Limbus Company allows me to grind for IDs, I will keep grinding. Because I don't have money. And I would like to accumulate my Horde of Lunacy for when I get to Walpurgis Night. So always my recommendation is if you can stay for Walpurgis, always stay for Walpurgis. And like Moises just said, you can always stay bum it up for someone else.
이 결투 본인의 승리. 이 결투
Look at her go!
본인의 승리일세.
Damage? What damage? I just healed that shit off.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
제압 개체에 한 번에 입힌 피해량이야. 잠깐. 진짜? 왜 부서팀장을 안 달아줬지? 우와.
본인의
이거 완전
승리.
삼촌들이랑 공호대 같았어.
본인의 승리.
피해
Featuring Dawn.
산출값이 예상 범위를
제압
벗어났는데요.
회사가 정상으로 돌아갔네.
Non-elite knows what the hell?
끝이야. 너희들도 고생
유사 실험
많았어.
기록이 있다면 바로 전송해주게.
너도.
Yes, and we have the fucking schizophrenic crowd talking to me. I forgot about that. Forget about that because they don't stop talking. They're still talking, mind you.
고영의 노래를
They have not stopped talking, even outside of the mirror, the combat node. Interlink time. Rest of the hymn, Stone Tomb, Angel's Cut. Double the poise, nah. Let's see. Malapus to Survival, Ashes to Ashes. Yes, Ashes to Ashes is very nice. We could go even further beyond. Let me get chart disc. I like it. Debuffs is aplenty. Could have been a Calm Water, Clear Mirror, couldn't you? Let's get ourselves some level 4 poise, shall we? Let's see if there's anything I can sacrifice. This is worthless, so hope and pray we get. Yes, we got it. Excelente. More damage for a little martial artist. Hell yeah. All right, Risk Guard and UPS powered up as well. And I guess we got this as well. Whatever. Ooh, we are equipped for damage now. We are equipped for murder. We are equipped for one-sided annihilation. 2 times critical damage with the amount of damage ups we're getting and the amount of defense level downs we inflict is kind of nice. So, Mr. Time Killer, huh? First I'm gonna dodge you, actually. Give me a moment, Time Killer. Give me a moment, Mr. Time Killer. I seem to be needing a little bit of time to be able to fight against you.
다들 평소보다
I'm still faster than you, mind you.
분위기는 흔치 않아서 설레이네.
Right. Throw that in there.
쓸데없이 흥분한 걸 수도 있지.
And let's start clashing.
나쁜 건 아니기도 하고.
Start killing the ads because
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
well, I don't want to get hit because I botched the single evade. Untrue Ghostface because Lord Lu, when he uses his skill tree, if he doesn't have a Heisho, he attacks for free, and that the ability to attack for free cannot be understated. And I'm fairly sure he can cheat death once without any Heisho helping him. Which one is going first here? It's this creature, right? Good. And I shall dodge thee. And since that one is giving us time, I am just going to ignore it. Smack his shit, Dawn. Punch him right in the brain. Ah. Botched one evade, but that's no problem. We are gathering up our strength, and now we have more than enough slots to properly clash our Mr. Time Killer himself here. And no, I don't want to take those unbreakable coins, so I'm just gonna evade you. Going for my first here. Go here. 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 This should work, maybe, hopefully. If my math doesn't, my math isn't wrong, this should work perfectly. I know, maybe it just changes. Alright, didn't have to think about it at all because I wanted to evade those unbreakable coins. He just decided to change the stages. Alright. So, one thing I always talk about here on the stream is that no matter how gimmicky the boss might be, one thing that is going to reign supreme in every single turn-based game that you're ever going to play is the action economy. If you have more attacks than your enemy, you are most likely to win. Lord Lu turns his skill tree into 2 different attacks and one that cannot be reacted against because it's unopposed, unless the enemy has a clashable guard counter or whatever. So he turns one of his actions into 2 actions. Granted that his first action is quite weak, but he does gain a lot of bonuses for, you know, just activating his skill tree. And he can cheat death, which is, again, very nice. Lol, Lamau. Not gonna hit, buddy. Not gonna happen. Too fast for you. Dawn, rip him apart. Don't even need to play the gimmick here. Also, let's cancel your evades because only I am allowed to evade here, mind you. So no evading for you, Mr. Time Killer. Alright, another mechanic never explained in this goddamn forsaken game. Offsets. When an enemy uses a block or an evade, and you target that block and evade with a skill slot using a defense skill that is faster than the block or the evade, it becomes offset. You can see it right here on the middle of the screen on top. You see that it says offset. That means Mr. Time Killer here will not be using his dodge because I am clashing his defense skill with my defense skill. So good luck, buddy. You're not dodging my attacks. You're getting hit. I'm punching you in the face.
인계 부위가 떨어져 나가네요.
Die, Time Killer! Yeah!
이번 제압은 끝이야. 너희들도 고생 많았어. 티페린트. 언젠가 우리도 모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네. 그때가 되면 휴식을 기다리며 고향의 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
Jesus Christ, I only got that up here. Alright, I'll take these 2. Alright, Mountain of Sea, Corpses of Blood. I'm gonna take this one because I know these 2 are locked in here, so this one I can actually do something about. Alright, let's take a look. What we got? Go down here and follow to the focus encounter that we can use our dodge, put our dodge to good use. Look at that Dawn. Fuck.
재료들이 기분이 좋나 본데?
약품 처리라도 했나 봐.
We are screwed. Unless Ryunosuke Kala can do something about this, I think we are actually fucked. I didn't expect these guys to be here. Why are you here? Your pack... Ah, god damn it. Favored. I can't maybe stagger 3 of them. I don't think it will stagger them. Ooh, this is gonna be rough. I can already tell.
달궈볼까?
This is gonna stagger them, but it's gonna do good damage.
이 수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원은 무엇인가?
No staggers, but very close to.
아, 완전 과감한
If we survive, we can do it again, and then use Ryunosuke Kala to AoE blast the entire arena.
했던 건 사실이네요.
But man, the bleed is gonna kill us. Oh. That is a lot of bleed. That is nearly 200 damage worth of bleed right there. Let's do it again. We have 3 levels of paralysis, so maybe we can turn this to our advantage by making it a negative coin. But we are going to clash twice. We are kind of low sanity, so the odds are going to be a little better. Let's Ego Blast him. Sanity be damned! Sanity be damned! Let's go balls out in this one.
욕망, 그 모든 번뇌를 부수고 그대를 해방하겠네.
She's red because she wants to fucking kill you. Very nice. And we got a nice HP blast there. Hello, acidic trauma. How are you doing?
기꺼이 그대에게 가서 맡기를.
Dawn is doing Dawn things, but like throwing rocks at people. Alright, we have 3 slots now. We can do some clashing, but you know what?
그거 먹으면 힘이 나니까.
All in here. We sanity for chumped. All my homies be out here corroding. Yeah, hit me, I don't care. All my homies be out here corroding. My sanity's gone, mate. I'm dealing damage. I'm turning into a monster out here. You can't even fathom how fucked things are.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 고무대 같았어.
욕망, 그 모든 번뇌를
They this, you dipshit.
해방하겠네.
And a little bit on top.
기록적인 소리라는 것 같다.
옳다.
Oh, you're gonna wish you had killed me now, boy, brother. You should have killed me when you had the chance.
제압 개체에 한 번에 입힌 피해량이야.
And now you won't get that chance.
진짜? 왜 부서팀장을 안 달아줬지?
욕망, 그 모든 번뇌를 부수고 그대를 해방하겠네.
You're the only one left? Oh, these 2 are the only ones left. Got it. It's so nice to use eagles when you're soloing because it feels really nice. Because there's no other target other than the enemy. I don't have to worry about hitting my team when the entire enemy is the only thing that I can target. And we're back at the 0 sanity. Look at that. Everyone is staggered. I wonder what happened. Full health. Get my sanity back.
본인의 승리일세. 본인의 승리를
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어나는데요.
Great value, great success.
비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고 유사 실험 기록이 있다면 바로 전송해주게.
Anyway, that was one combat. Fuck. There goes my luck resources.
동구 쉔크 3과 돈키호테.
But now it's a focus encounter we can actually dodge and stall for a few rounds to gain our resources back. It's these motherfuckers, they apply poison shit.
좋나 본데?
What are these guys doing here? Anyway.
조여먹구를 달고 볼까?
We'll take care of them one by one.
다들 재료 손질을
You're overlocking.
많이
How
하지
kind of you to just block for me, buddy.
조여먹구를
Well, that one might be
달고
fried. Oh, my condolences, acidic trauma. You are burning.
적재적소에 쓰지 않으면 무위무능한 법. 우선 전황부터 살피지. 조여먹구를 달고 볼까?
나머지는 칼을 휘두르려 하는가.
마무리.
My god, everyone's blocking here. Alright, we took care of one of them. Let's take care of another one. Kill one at a time. But if you're getting it wiped, it's not fried. It's probably just Windows doing something. If you got your data, that's good. It's just a basic format, so. Alright, that's a lot of attacks now. 6, 7 attack. There's 7 attacks. Sorry about that. Just a visceral reaction. I can't. Go on, kill everything in the screen for me, please.
조여먹구를 달고 볼까? 마무리. 차포잡이라. 본인의 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나. 이 결투.
완전히
Good, very nice.
조각났네.
That
이제
dodge.
제대로 움직이진 못할 거야.
우리도 두 조각이지만 잘 움직이지 않아?
맞아, 그렇네. 우리는 특이 케이스라고
Very good,
해주자.
very nice. Now we can clutch against everything here, which is incredibly good. Means we can start killing more than one at a time. We can kill 3 at a time. Twice the effectiveness.
이 결투.
너무 과했는데.
맞아. 살살해. 그러다 뼈가 부서지면 칼 속에서 뼈가 찢길 거라고.
Strike.
제대로 박살냈는데요.
개체의
Keep it
손상보다
flowing.
상승했어요.
There's a dog. Oh, the dog is here. Let's kill the dog. Destroy the gluttonous beast.
조여먹구를 달고 볼까? 이 결투.
Yeah, I gotta say, compared to Ophi Heathcliff, Cinq Dawn is a joy to watch in motion because her animations are so nice. The amount of kicks she does, it makes for a very, very good visual piece for movement. And she hits harder than Heathcliff because she has very little setup to actually hit strikes very hard. And kill this guy.
조여먹구를 달고 볼까?
와, 아주 빡세.
본인의 승리일세.
일개 부위가 떨어져 나갔네요.
Kill him now.
조여먹구를 달고 볼까? 이 결투. 본인의 승리일세.
Excellent. We took a single pip of poison from that.
어머니의 기쁨. 벌써부터 느껴지는 것만 같습니다.
Oh, and now we got Carmilla. Come on. Carmilla would have been useful like 4 floors ago. It's nice that it's here. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, but come on. Go for another focus encounter.
동구 싱크 3과 돈키호테.
Don Quixote. Here we go, here we go. What we're facing is the sacristy. Nice. This guy used to be a problem back in Kanto 3. And now people just steamroll them. I wonder if there is one of these Inquisitors that got hit by a Furioso when they had a counter, survived, and then hit the Furioso on Iseng and killed him. That would be funny. Because if you don't know, these guys have a counter attack that copies the attack that hit them. Not the effect, but the number of coins and power. So if they get hit with a 9 coin attack, they are going to use 9 coins. A 9 coin counter, mind you. Alright. Kill that one too. Keep them coming. I'm so hungry for enemies. This isn't a funny slaughter like where King hits with his broken AoE on his second attack, but it's still pretty entertaining to watch. Yes, keep the enemies coming. Don't you dare stop. I will kill them all. You don't even just be modded nowadays. You can just go for line 1 on the extreme floors.
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요.
너무 과했는데.
Easily, man. Indeed. It's been fun. I like her. Alright. Give me more cost, why not? And sweet sailing until the end of the dungeon here. Smooth sailing. What's sweet sailing? Smooth sailing. Let's get useless bleed gift. And this thing. Remove the nails. Remove the nail. Go, my little German boy.
생각보다 쉬웠어.
Nice job, German boy. Alright, let's see what we got. Can't use that. We could use nebulizer. We don't generate a lot of poise, do we? We don't really need a poise generation at this point, but I'll take it. Actually, I'll just use my money to enhance stuff. Give me a refresh real quick. We got Funipungality, hell yeah! And we got this. Focus start to damage to all allies. It's just 20% more damage on the first turn. It's not very good. Anyway, let's enhance our stuff, which is this, and this. Lots of burn going around now. Oh yeah. Let's fuse for tier 4 burn gift. Let's see if we can get it. If we can, that will be fantastic. Carmilla isn't useful here, so oh, hold on. That's not enough. That is not enough. Now that is enough. And we got a rock. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Well, shit. We can use this. And what the heck? God damn it. Look, I'm gonna fuse this again and I'm going to get another rock. Actually, I don't think I have material. Yeah, I have material. Look, I'm gonna get a rock again. Fuck. I don't think I have the materials to make another tier 4 gift. Scheiß. Fuck me. Yeah, throw that in. I just bought this, and now I get Glimpse of Flame. Thank you. Very cool. Let's spread that fire around a little bit now. Yeah. Are we healed? Yes, we are. Maybe I was just very lucky this run, but she has some serious healing power on with Eagles here. Right, what am I gonna be fighting here? Ah, Cassetti. Cassetti will burn. Cassetti will burn. I've only had Firefist Gregor here to help. And because we have ads to fight at the beginning of this encounter, we can actually build up our skill slot before we get Kraken. That is amazing. I love it. And get the blood boiling. Complete, immediate, and total extermination. By the way, Reflect Trial is coming up. I'll probably do it soon, this week, maybe. Most likely on Friday. Because I don't have a time limit on Friday. Because I don't work on Saturdays. Because I'm very lucky. But still, yeah. Reflect Trial, Ricardo, coming up soon. And videos are coming up soon. That's also a thing that's gonna come up more often, because I've been working to make like an opening for a video, and I'm pretty satisfied with the results. The next part is just streaming some parts of previous streams for funny moments, so I can post like the 5 to 6 turn stagger on Heathcliff that one time. That's gonna get clipped and put on stream on a video and film, because I think that deserves it. I have never seen a 4-turn stagger, but color me surprised, there was such a thing as a 4-turn stagger. LEDs because they're not even no specific season. Usually open ID on the top right corner, there is a little thing that tells you which season they are, but other than that, it's really whatever the fuck Project Moon wants. That the one gnome sounds like Crash Bandicoot. Not that I'm complaining, I like Crash, but why is he here?
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요?
적절한 비교 지표가 있는지 유사 시간 기록에 바로 전송해주게.
Alright, we took care of Sasha in a single turn. This ID is very powerful, holy shit. Look at her go. I blame it on the fact that she doesn't need basically anything to activate her conditionals, and she just gets stronger the more she fights against a single target, like the hero Cassetti here. 6 lots. I think I have the advantage here, the hero Cassetti. And it's Dawn. It's his fucking nightmare again. It's Dawn against Cassetti. It's happening again. The same events from the story are happening again. Lovely. Ecstatic even. Cassetti, you are so unlucky. What the fuck, man? Half your HP is already gone on that single turn. I am faster than you. I think I can kill you before you can get that off. Alright. Okay, Dawn, do us a favor and wipe this, slime this guy out. Actually, I'm gonna put a dodge just in case we don't, because, you know. I think we're just gonna kill him before he can do anything. Yeah, no, he's dead. This ID is fun. This ID is very powerful. Holy shit.
너희들도 고생 많았어. 티페리트, 너도
I mean, this is a fun idea, cool aesthetics, cool movements, simple mechanics.
더들긴 해도 긴급을 하길 잘했다.
Very nice.
고양이 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
아니야, 넣어두게. 정말 2배로 받을 거라고 생각했는가? 그런 건 정의롭지 않지.
She has one of the best lines in the game too. I shall show you. Let me just collect my rewards here because that was quick, that was fun, that was a joy to play. I love it. We had like 1 or 2 difficult fights there because we didn't get the eagle gifts for self-revival, self-recovery, but that would make the whole thing better. Oh man. All right. She has one of the best lines in the game. Let me show you. Where is she? Position south. Position south. There we go. Where is it? Ah, there we go. It's this one.
그나저나 이 유포면 훌륭하군. 면이 바삭바삭한 게. 이보시게 그쪽 반찬이 여기까지 튀잖아. 나올 거면 식사에 방해가 되지 않겠사오시게.
She gets conked in the head, man. I love it. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. If you are here for gameplay, now is the time to go. Because now is the time for book reading. That's right. We are gonna do our nerd shit. We are gonna be reading Hellspring. I have it loaded. I just need some water. So, once again, if you like the stream, please recommend it to your friends. But if you didn't, recommend it to your enemies. We are now going to read The Hellspring by Ryunosuke Akutagawa. Ryoshu's book, one of the books that Ryoshu's based off. There's 2 of them. In any case, I'm gonna get myself some water, and when I'm back, I am going to read it. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm returning. Yeah, all right. Last time on Yoshihide's Bizarre Adventure, the guard, the samurai that's telling us the story, was telling how Yoshihide was torturing his apprentices to get inspiration for making the painting of hell. Now, we left on a cliffhanger where the samurai was doing his rounds around the palace, the mansion, whatever, and the monkey Hide, showed up and was quite distraught with something, pulling him by the pants. And he found something. Now, he was hearing the sound of a scuffle somewhere, and when he got there, he opened the, stumbled through the door because the monkey was pulling him, and a girl fell into his arms. And so we begin. I am sure I need not tell you it was Yoshihide's daughter. That right. That night, however, my eyes beheld her with a new vividness, as though she were an utterly different person. Her eyes were huge and shiny, her cheeks seemed to be burning red. Her disheveled clothes gave her an erotic allure that contrasted sharply with her usual childish innocence. Could this actually be the daughter of Yoshihide? I wondered, that frail-looking girl so modest and self-effacing in all things? Leaning against the sliding wooden door, I stared at this beautiful girl in the moonlight, and then, as if they were capable of pointing, I flicked my eyes towards the hurried footsteps receding into the distance to ask her soundlessly, "Who was that?" The girl bit her lip, shook her head in silence. I could see she felt deeply mortified. I bent over her and, speaking softly next to her ear, now put my question into words. Who was that? But again, she refused to answer and would only shake her head. Indeed, she bit her lip harder than ever as tears gathered on her long lashes. Born stupid, I can never understand anything that isn't perfectly obvious, and so I had no idea what to say to her. I could do nothing but stand there, feeling as if my only purpose was to listen to the wild beating of her heart. Of course, one thing that kept me silent was the conviction that it would be wrong of me to question her any further. How long this went on, I do not know, but eventually I slid shut the door and gently told the girl, "Go to your room now." Her agitation seemed to have subsided somewhat. Assailed by an uneasy feeling that I had seen something I was not meant to see, and a sense of shame toward anyone and no one in particular, I began to pad my way back up the corridor. I had hardly walked 10 paces, however, when again I felt a tug, a timid one, at the skirt of my trousers. I whirled around, startled, but what do you think it was? I looked down to find the monkey Yoshihide prostrating himself at my feet, hands on the floor like a human being, bowing over and over in thanks, his golden bell ringing. Perhaps 2 weeks went by after that. All of a sudden, Yoshihide arrived at the mansion to beg a personal audience with his lordship. He probably dared do such a thing despite his humble station because he had long been his lordship's special favor. His lordship rarely allowed anyone to come into his presence, but that day, as so often before, he assented readily to Yoshihide's request and had him shown in without a moment's delay. The man wore his usual reddish-brown robe and a tall black soft hat. His face revealed a new level of sullenness, but he went on all fours before his lordship, and at length, eyes down, he began to speak in husky tones. "I come into your honored presence this day, my lord, regarding the screen-bearing images of hell which his lordship ordered me to paint. I have applied myself to it day and night, outdone myself, such that my efforts have begun to bear fruit, and it is largely finished." This is excellent news. I am very pleased. Even as his lordship spoke these words, however, his voice seemed oddly lacking in power and vitality. "No, my lord, I am afraid the news is anything but excellent," said Yoshihide, his eyes fastened on the floor in a way that hinted at anger. The work may be largely finished, but there is still a part that I am unable to paint." "What? Unable to paint?" "Indeed, sir. As a rule, I can only paint what I have seen, or even if I succeed in painting something unknown to me, I myself cannot be satisfied with it. This is the same as not being able to paint it. Does his lordship not agree?" As his lordship listened to Yoshihide's words, his face gradually took on a mocking smile. Which would mean that if you wanted to paint a screen depicting hell, you would have to have seen hell itself. "Exactly, my lord. In the Great Fire some years ago, though, I saw flames with my own eyes that I could use for those of the hell of searing heat. In fact, I succeeded with my Fudo of twisting flames only because I experienced that fire. I believe my lord is familiar with the painting?" "What about sinners, though? All hell wardens, you have never seen these, have you?" His lordship challenged Yoshihide with one question after another, as though he had not yet heard Yoshihide's words. "I have seen a person bound in iron chains," said Yoshihide, "and I have done a detailed sketch of someone being tormented by a monstrous bird. No, I think it cannot be said that I have never seen sinners being tortured. As for hell's wardens," said Yoshihide, breaking into an eerie smile, "my eyes have beheld them any number of times in the drift between sleeping and waking. The bow-headed ones, the horse-headed ones, the three-faced, six-armed devils. Almost every night, they come to torture me with their soundless clapping hands, their voiceless gaping mouths. No, they are not the ones I'm having so much difficulty painting." I suspect this shot shocked even his lordship. For a long while, he only glared at Yoshihide until, with an angry twitch of the brow, he spat out, "All right then, what is it that you say you are unable to paint?" In the center of the screen, falling from the sky, I want to paint an aristocrat's carriage, its cabin woven of the finest split palm leaf. As he spoke, Yoshihide raised himself to look directly at his lordship for the first time, and with a penetrating gaze, I had heard that Yoshihide could be like a madman where painting was concerned. To meet the look in his eyes at that moment was terrifying in that very way. In the carriage, a voluptuous noblewoman writhes in agony, her long black hair tossing in the ferocious flames. Her face, well, perhaps she contorts her brows and casts her gaze skyward towards the ceiling of the cabin as she chokes under rising clouds of smoke. Her hands might tear the cloth streamers of the carriage binds as she struggles to ward off the shower of sparks raining down upon her. Around her swarm fierce carnivorous birds, perhaps a dozen or more, snapping their beaks in anticipation. Oh my lord, this image of the noblewoman in the carriage that I am unable to paint. And therefore, his lordship seemed to be deriving an odd sort of pleasure from this as he urged Yoshihide to continue. But Yoshihide himself, red lips trembling as with a fever, could only repeat, as if in a dream, "This is what I'm unable to paint." Then suddenly, all but biting into his own words, he cried, I beg you, my lord, have your men set a carriage on fire. Let me watch the flames devour its frames and its woven cabin. And, if possible..." A dark cloud crossed his lordship's face, but no sooner had it passed than he broke into a loud cackle. He was still choking with laughter when he spoke. "Possible? I'll do whatever you want. Don't waste time worrying about what is possible." His lordship's words filled me with a terrible foreboding, and in fact, his appearance at that moment was anything but ordinary. White foam gathered at the corners of his mouth, his eyebrows convulsed into jagged bolts of lightning. It was as if his lordship himself had become infused with Yoshihide's madness, and no sooner had he finished speaking than laughter, endless laughter, exploded from his throat once again. "I'll burn a carriage for you," he said, "and I'll have a voluptuous woman inside it, dressed in a noblewoman's robes. She will die writhing with agony in flames and black smoke. I have to salute you, Yoshihide. Who could have thought of such a thing but the greatest painter in the land?" Yoshihide went pale when he heard this, and for a time, the only part of him that moved was his lips. He seemed to be gasping for breath. Then, as though all the muscles of his body had gone limp at once, he crumpled forward, with his hands on the matted floor again. "A thousand thanks to you, my lord," Yoshihide said with rare humility, his voice barely audible. Perhaps the full horror of his own plan had come all too clear to him as he heard it spelled out in his lordship's words. Only this one time in my life did I ever think of Yoshihide as a man to be pitied. 2 or 3 nights later, his lordship summoned Yoshihide as promised to witness the burning of the carriage. He held the event not at the Horikawa mansion, but outside the capital, at his late younger sister's mountains retreat, widely known as the Palace of the Melting Snow. No one had lived at this palace for a very long time. Its spacious gardens had gone wild, and the desolate site must have given rise to all sorts of humors, many about his lordship's sister, who had actually died there. People used to say that on moonless nights, her ladeship's broad-skirted scarlet trousers would glide eerily along the outdoor corridor, never touching the floor. And no wonder there were such stories. The palace was lowly enough in the daytime, but once the sun set, it became downright unnerving. The garden stream would murmur ominously in the darkness, and herons would swoop in the starlight like monstrous creatures. As it happened, the carriage burning took place on one of those pitch-dark, moonless nights. Oil lamps revealed his lordship seated in cross-legged ease on the veranda. Beneath a turquoise robe, he wore deep lavender-patterned trousers. On a thick round mat edged in white brocade, his position was, of course, elevated above the half-dozen or so attendants who surrounded him. One among them appeared most eager to be of service to his lordship, a burly samurai who had distinguished himself in the campaign against the northern barbarians some years earlier. He was said to have survived starvation by eating human flesh, through which he had the strength to tear out the antlers of a living stag with his bare hands. On this night, he knelt in stern readiness below the veranda, the scabbard at his armored waist, a sword tipped up and back like a gull's tail, ready to be drawn at a moment's notice. These men presented a strangely terrifying, almost dreamlike spectacle. The lamplight flickering in the night wind turned them all dark one moment, bright the next. And then there was the carriage itself. Even without an ox attached to its long black shaft, their ends resting on the usual low bench that tilted the whole slightly forward, it stood out against the night. Its tall cabin woven of the finest split palm leaf, exactly as Yoshihide had requested. Truly, a conveyance worthy of His Imperial Majesty or the most powerful ministers of state. When I saw its gold fittings gleaming like stars in the sky and considered what was soon to happen to this lavishly appointed vehicle, a shiver went through me in spite of the warm spring night. As for what might be inside the carriage, there was no way to tell. Its lovely blinds, woven of steel green bamboo and edged in patterned cloth, had been rolled down tight, and around it, alert-looking conscripts stood guard, holding flaming torches and showing their concern that too much smoke might be drifting towards his lordship on the veranda. Yoshihide himself was situated at some remove, kneeling on the ground directly opposite to the veranda. He wore what seemed to be his usual reddish-brown robe and tall black soft hat, and he looked especially small and shabby, as though the star-filled sky were a weight pressing down upon him. Behind him knelt another person in an outfit like his, probably an apprentice he had brought along. With them crouching down low in the darkness like that, I could not make out the color of their robes from my place below the veranda. Midnight was approaching, I believe. I felt as if the darkness enveloping the garden were silently watching us all breathing, the only sound an occasional rush of night wind, each gust wafting towards us the resinous smell from the pine smoke of the torches. His lordship remained silent for some moments, observing the mysterious scene, but then, edging forward where he sat, he cried sharply, "Yoshihide!" Yoshihide may have said some word in response, but to my ears, it sounded like something so much as a moan. "Tonight, Yoshihide, I am going to burn a carriage for you, as you requested." When he said this, his lordship glanced at the men around him. I thought I saw a meaningful smile pass between him and a certain of them. Of course, it could have been my imagination. Now, Yoshihide seemed to be timidly raising his head and looking up towards the veranda, but still he waited, saying nothing. "I want you to look at this," his lordship said. "This is my carriage, the one I use every day. You know it well, I'm sure. I will now have it set afire in order that you may see the hell of searing heat here on earth before your eyes." His lordship reverted to silence and his eyes flashed another signal to his men. Then, with sudden vehemence, he cried, "Chained inside the carriage is a sinful woman. When we set the carriage afire, her flesh will be roasted, her bones will be charred, she will die an agonizing death. Never again will you have such a perfect model for the screen. Do not fail to watch as her snow-white flesh erupts in flames. See and remember her long black hair dancing in a whirl of sparks." His lordship sank into silence for yet a third time. But whatever could have been in his mind, now all he did was laugh soundlessly, his shoulders quaking. "Never again will there be a sight like this, Yoshihide. I shall join you in observing it. All right, men, raise the blind. Let Yoshihide see the woman inside." On hearing this command, one of the conscripts, torch held high, strode up to the carriage, stretched out his free hand, and whipped the blind up. The torch crackled and flickered and cast its red gleam inside. On the carriage's matted floor, cruelly chained, sat a woman, and oh, who could have failed to recognize her? Her long black hair flowed in a voluptuous band across a gorgeous robe embroidered in cherry blossoms, and the golden hairpins on top of her downcast head sparkled beautifully in the firelight. For all the differences in costuming, there was no mistaking that girlish frame, that graceful neck, where now a gag was fastened, that touchingly modest profile. They belonged to none other than Yoshihide's daughter. I could hardly keep from crying out. Just then, the samurai kneeling across from me sprang to his feet and, resting threateningly on his sword hilt, glared at Yoshihide. Startled by this sudden movement, I turned my gaze toward Yoshihide. He looked as if this spectre were driving him half mad. Where he had been crouching until then, he was on his feet now and poised, arms outstretched to run towards the carriage. Fortunately though, as I said before, he was in the shadows far away from me, and so I did not have a clear view of his face. My frustration lasted but a moment, however. Now, drained of color though it was, Yoshihide's face, or should I say, Yoshihide's entire form, raised aloft by some invisible power, appeared before me with such clarity it seemed to have cut its way through the surrounding darkness. For suddenly, his lordship had cried, "Burn it!" The conscripts flung their torches, and the carriage with Yoshihide's daughter inside burst into flame. The fire engulfed the entire carriage. The purple roof tassels blew aside, then clouds of smoke swirled aloft, stark white against the blackness of the night, and finally a shower of sparks spurted upward with such terrifying force that in a single instant the blinds, the side panels, and the roof's metal fittings were ripped off in the blast and sent flying. Still more horrible was the color of the flames that licked the lattice cabin vents before shooting skyward, as though, might I say, the sun itself crashed to earth, spewing its heavenly fire in all directions. As close as I had come to crying out before, now I could only gape in mute awe at the horrifying spectacle. But what of the girl's father? I will never forget the look on Yoshihide's face at that moment. It had started toward the carriage on impulse, but halted when the flames flared up. He then stood there with arms outstretched, eyes devouring the smoke and flames that enveloped the carriage. In the firelight that bathed him from head to toe, I could see every feature of his ugly, wrinkled face. His wide, staring eyes, his contorted lips, the twitching flesh of his cheeks, all drew a vivid picture of the shock, the terror, and the sorrow that traversed Yoshihide's heart by turns. Such anguish, I suspect, would not be even seen on the face of a convicted thief about to have his head cut off, or the guiltiest sinner about to face the judgment of the 10 kings of hell. Even the powerful samurai went pale at the sight and stole a fearful glance at his lordship above him. But what of his lordship himself? Biting his lip and smiling strangely now and then, he stared straight ahead, never taking his eyes off the carriage. And the girl in the carriage, I don't think I have the courage to describe in detail what she looked like then. The pale whiteness of her upturned face as she choked on the smoke, the tangled length of her hair as she tried to shake the flames from it, the beauty of her cherry blossom robe as it burst into flame. It was all so cruel, so terrible, especially at one point when the night wind rushed down from the mountain to sweep away the smoke. The sight of her against a flaming background of red, flecked with gold dust, gnawing at her gag, writhing as if to snap the chains that bound her. It was enough to make her flesh creep, not only mine but the powerful samurai's as well, as if the tortures of hell were being pictured right there before our eyes. Just then, the night wind gusted once more, rustling the branches of the garden trees, or so it seemed to me, and I am sure to everyone else. Such a sound seemed to race through the dark sky, and in that instant some black thing shot from the palace roof into the blazing carriage. It traveled in a perfectly straight line like a ball that had been kicked, neither touching the earth nor arcing through space. And as the carriage's burning side lattice collapsed inward, glowing as if coated in a crimson lacquer, the thing grasped the girl's straining shoulders and hurled a long, piercing, and inexpressibly anguished scream out beyond the billowing smoke. Another scream followed, and then a third, until we all found ourselves crying out with it. For though it had been left tethered back at Horikawa's mansion, what we saw now clinging to the girl's shoulders against the flaming backdrop was the monkey, Yoshihide. We're gonna stop here, and because a new chapter starts after that, and then we're gonna continue next session. Oh man, poor Yoshihide, huh? Anyway, my friends, with our mirror dungeon complete, with our ID study complete, and with our ID study complete as well, that is it for today. I would like to thank you all so much for sticking around and watching, just sticking around. It's always nice to have company. I would like to thank the latest subscriber, Willidia, I think that's the name, or latest subscriber on the channel. We're 5 subscribers away from 100. In any case, if you like the stream, please recommend it to your friends. But if you didn't, please recommend it to your enemies. If you really like it and wish to give some support here to the channel, please leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, a follow on Twitch, a follow on Twitter, that blasted hellhole, all that good stuff. It helps a lot. With all that said, thank you once again, sweet kisses, and goodbye. Until next time.